Happy Wednesday.
It really is already Wednesday, man.
Already Wednesday. Time has definitely been just flying by.
I know.
So I'm here with Jasmine, Gladiator in Sweats, and we have an announcement. Hi, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Take it away, Jasmine.
Yes, so our announcement is that we've created an online community. So it will be through Patreon, and I guess we just wanted to, just talk about really just our intention. You know, what is it that we wanted to create and where our heart is at, and just wanted to, see where the excitement is with others that I really feel would want to join in a community like this. So what I really feel called to do, and what really came to me as we were talking about it, I believe last week, was about wanting to come together and join together based on our passions and things that bring us joy and things that make us feel whole, as opposed to creating bonds through trauma. And not necessarily that I want to say that that's a bad thing, but I guess what I recognize when we come together through bonds of feeling isolated or coming through from a lot of our pains and our wounding, the energy is just different. And so I kind of just wanted to go into this with a different kind of energy and a different kind of feel of celebration for where we already are, and coming into that space of just celebrating what it means to be wholly human, of not separating the parts of us that we maybe deem, negative, the parts that we don't really want to see all the time, inviting those parts in too. And
The parts that we see as not spiritual.
yes, that part too. That part is a really big thing for me, because just in my experience of spending a lot of time correcting myself, or really critiquing myself of like, okay, that's not the right way to do it, or that's not spiritual, or that's not or like, is this spiritual enough?
Did your child scream as soon as you said that?
Yes. And it's just like, I noticed for me how much how much there can be like feelings of shame, or even just like a lot of judgment of ourselves. And I think that's something that we don't really talk about. I don't really see people talk about those kind of feelings, or I don't know if people are really even present with that feeling of noticing maybe we don't have to feel that way. So yeah, I really wanted to, or we wanted to come together and really embrace all of that, embrace all of the parts of us, the parts that are already conventionally spiritual, and just, bring all of it in, just bring all of it in, seeing God in all of it, in a realistic, in a palatable and just fun way, in a simple way.
Yes. And I'm actually going to post the link in the comments.
Oh, yes. And hi, Mary.
And what I'd like to add to what Jasmine already said is, where are you? Hold on. I'm opening up my window. Okay. So what I really need, and what we all really need and want and are desiring, is connection, right? And finding sacred spaces where we can speak comfortably. Because in my observations, there's so many conversations happening online. And there's also a lot of judgment and shame related to people's truths and what their beliefs are. And I want to bring that sacredness and community back, and those heartfelt conversations where you and I may not agree on something necessarily, but we're bringing our full hearts to it and our respect for each other, and we're able to come together from a place of love. And we've had so many conversations together, and we've been live together on my channel, and I've just loved talking to Jasmine. We can talk for hours, and I just really I didn't want to do it with anyone else but her. And I just thought we would really be great co-creators together. in this and bringing people together. And I just want to remind everyone, Jasmine is a mother of 2 young children. She has a lot of wisdom to share with us, not just about this conscious parenting, but also parenting our inner child as well. So I'm really excited about what Jasmine has to say about that. She has to teach us about that. She's a wonderful writer as well, and intuitive. And should we get into what we're offering in August?
Yes, let's actually. Probably gonna have to look specifically at my phone for dates, but what our whole idea is in general for month to month is to kind of come in it with a theme or like a thematic message for the community and base our offerings essentially around that. So for August, our theme is abundance, which I feel many of us have been talking about in different ways, but I feel there's a way that we're going to approach this, just not specifically about like finances or about receiving like more than what we already have or what more is already being given to us. I think there's a lot that we can learn about things that we're receiving that we're not being open to receiving, and about us just learning to be more receptive to being abundant, as opposed to just talking so much about manifestation and this, like, you know, I need to make a wish and get a new car or something. So
Which is one part of it, but a lot of it is just bringing your awareness to what we have now.
right, there's so much in the now, and I can just speak for myself very personally and how much I've been really just been eyes wide open about things in that nature, about things that are already here that I just wasn't really allowing myself to see. And so, yeah, I think August is going to be a really great month to talk about that. We do have 2 channelings for August, so that's really exciting. Normally that our plan is going to be having 1 class or channeling per month, but just a special surprise for August, we do have 2. So I believe we will be having Amy Winehouse for one of our channelings and Aretha Franklin for the second. So I was gonna say, is there something you were gonna say?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm genuinely excited because I just see these women as just obviously vocal powerhouses, but I just see them as they've got like an inner powerhouse that I want to learn about, and I want to just, I feel like there's so much that they probably could relate to us that we can really embrace and enjoy and really take from them in these current moments, and where we're really learning to open our eyes to seeing things differently. And I think especially with abundance, we can definitely open our eyes to seeing things not necessarily differently, but just more. I just feel like there's more there than just the manifestation and just the wanting more than what is already here. So yeah, what more? Oh yeah, and then the bonfire. We also have the bonfire at the end of the month, but I also just remembered we will have 2 meetings. So there'll be one at the beginning of the month and one at the end. So the one at the beginning is called our All Hearts Gathering, which I'm super excited for that title. Just really the whole point is for us to come and bring, you know, our all of our hearts, bring our whole selves there and talk about, you know, just what's been going on with us, whatever we want to talk about. I like to just have those very organic talks because that's just my favorite way of communicating and favorite way of relating with people. So I think others will enjoy that too. And
Yeah, I see the All Hearts as just us being able to unite and talk about the themes of the month, what we're seeing collectively as well, and do our Ask Me Anything, like what I do here as well. We'll be doing the Ask Me Anythings. And I do want to just talk about, like, we have 3 tier levels, and I feel like we specifically priced it out. So, hi, Brandy. So that they're really affordable as well. And we can get into the tier levels later. And also, guys, ask your questions as it comes up because I'm also doing some spirit channeling today. So feel free to introduce yourself and say hi and let me know what question that you have for us.
yeah, I was going to say, did you want to get into the tiers now or?
I wanted to talk about the channelings.
Yes.
So what I really like about the channelings that we're going to be offering is that it's a spirit masterclass. So I'm going to have the spirits come through, and they're going to teach us what they've mastered in their lifetime. And I'm really attracted to spirits who have recently been embodied as well. So Aretha Franklin's energy has been around me for some time, so has Amy Winehouse's. Aretha Franklin is a real like stickler for self-discipline as well in terms of what we want to create in our lives. And so when I asked her for a title for what she has to teach us in our round table that we're going to have together, she said, I have it written down. The class will be on don't take no one's shit, not even your own. So this is super fun. And Amy Winehouse wants to teach about how to transmute pain into power. And that's really what she embodied in her recent lifetime. So it's not just me channeling these beings, it's us asking questions and learning from them and bringing our whole selves into it. I will also be present for these channelings and contributing as well. I'll be clear conduit channeling. And yeah, I think it's important for us to have a private sacred space where we can learn and continue to grow. And that's why I wanted to do something sacred, like putting it on Patreon.
Yeah, I was actually going to add even to your channelings. What I really appreciate about this is that I don't really want to speak for everyone else's intention about what they do, but I really appreciate that our intention with this is coming in with an appreciation for ourselves too. I feel a lot of times ourselves as the viewer, we can approach a channeling as this higher being, and we're, you know, these lower beings that have to like learn from this person who's higher than us. And I just personally don't like that. I mean, I personally am really working through seeing ourselves as equals, seeing ourselves as people with different levels of mastery, different abilities, and that's just how it is. And that's the way I see spirits. I see they just have different abilities and different accessibility. You know, they don't have abilities and bodies the same way that we do. So I really appreciate that we're taking this as a round table talk of like, we're all coming to the table and having the discussion and just inviting them to the table with us, as opposed to us seemingly having to come up to them as like, you know, will you please, you know, speak to us lowly people or something like that. I just like that feeling a lot more. And I think that will also just help us to feel more empowered too in ourselves, and to see ourselves as just as divine, just as godly, just as powerful, you know, just as able. And yeah, I'm really excited for that part about the channelings, the master classes.
Yeah, and we all have reverence for each other. We all respect each other's space. Like, I respect the spirits and they respect me. So it's wonderful. It's a wonderful relationship. You know, it's reciprocal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me think. Oh yeah, I also guess I'll just talk about some of my offerings. I primarily use tarot as a medium for pulling messages, so I will likely be including tarot messages with that. I will be doing that with our monthly like message. At the beginning of the month with our theme, there will be you know, a message and some prompts to kind of have us thinking about this in our lives. And so I'll include a tarot message with that, but I'll also, just as I feel called to, just sprinkle in, you know, some more messages or just whatever comes to me or whatever comes to us. I really just like the idea of being able to have a creative space to be able to just share however spirit, however creativity, however the passion comes through us, and just accepting that as it is without having to attach it to some sort of like, oh, this is this thing that I did and it's got to be like I don't know, it's like it's got to be a purpose for everything. I feel like more than any time, I feel like now we're just more so coming into just being present and allowing things to come through us and allowing the thoughts and allowing the ideas, the mind of God to come through us, as opposed to needing to like posit something as, okay, like this is God and this is not. Just really blurring those lines. I really like blurring the lines. So I like that part. Is there anything else you want to add?
Really excited about the offerings. We have a concrete outline on what we'll definitely be doing every month. And then, like Jasmine said, sprinkling in like whatever we feel intuitively comes up for us, and creatively. So like I love doing sound healings, and I'm a Reiki master as well, so incorporating that too. And so we're going to be incorporating everything to help us be more present and help us with community as well, which is so needed right
Yes. I was going to say community is just so needed, and I mean, definitely it is a bit harder to have physical community in the way that we may be used to, but I just feel like this time I don't know, just as much as I do feel the, not necessarily the fear, but just the uncertainty of the unknown, I just start to feel there's just such a vacuum for creative potential. There's just so much out there that's just ready for us to just make something out of. And so I'm just excited to make something out of this and to build a community and to just build sort of like an internet web of people like us, or just like-minded people that want to connect with each other and want to really just expand ourselves to really just fully take up space as, you know, as the humans that we are. So
let's go over our tiers.
yes, so
Tier one.
it might help for me to look specifically at the tiers. I'm sure I could also go from the top of my mind, but for the very first tier, start our introductory tier so that you can get a taste of what the community is like and what we're doing here. And I feel like it's a really great price point for anyone that just, especially during these times, I really want things to feel honorable for us, where we do feel like our time is being valued, but we also want it to be accessible. So just starting at, I believe, $11.11, the first tier includes access to our community, the Patreon community, as well as a Discord. We'd like to create a Discord to have just like another space that can be a bit more informal. It's just very easy for us to just reach out to each other and talk to each other whenever we feel like it, and people can just reach out and just have that space. So I'm excited for that. It will also, my excited kids. I believe, did I get to my tiers yet? Make sure I'm reading very specifically here. Yes, mamas?
And it also includes all of our written offerings. So as Jasmine said, towards the beginning of the month, we'll have a written offering with the theme of the month, and a tarot spread, tarot reading, and channeled messages related to that. And so that's included, and just any written guidance that's needed. So that's tier one. I think I've mentioned everything that's included there.
Let me, can you go to daddy, please? Go to daddy.
And then tier two is $33.33. And it includes everything that tier one includes, and also one channeling or a class per month. So for this month, we are including a bonus channeling. So we're having one channeling of Aretha Franklin, and then a bonus channeling of Amy Winehouse. And so we're going to, I think of the channelings as classes as well, but we're going to incorporate classes. Like I'm an Akashic Records teacher, and I can sense like people's intuitive gifts as well, and what they need to do to incorporate their intuitive gifts more and how to grow that more. So that's what we'll be incorporating into our classes. Anything else for tier two that I'm missing?
I believe that's mostly the additions. You already mentioned the additional class, and it also includes the end of the month spiritual bonfire. Yeah, any additional things that we may add. So far, I believe that's mostly what that will be for the middle tier. It's like our all access package.
Brandy, it starts August 1st. You can sign up now, and it kicks in August 1st.
Yeah, so you won't be charged now. You'll be charged August 1st, so you don't have that like double charge that happens. Yeah, I
So
believe
our
that.
first event starts August 5th. And
Yes.
that's our All Hearts, which is such a cute name that Jasmine came up with.
I
So,
really like that name.
yeah.
It just so people do know, I think most people know of the all hands term. People that maybe come from more of like the business space, but I really like the idea of the all hearts, of just coming in from our heart space, and
Mhm.
yeah, just coming in just fully, just not being so, just being honest, just, I don't know, there's just a vulnerability that I feel is just needed, like the community that is needed so much in the world right now. So I wanted there to be a space for us to, to allow our hearts to be a little soft and to
Yeah.
be open with each other.
Oh, we forgot the bonfire. The bonfire is included for tier 2.
Yeah.
And so that's where we can all be on screen and talk about the lessons that came up, what's going on in our lives, and just have a casual conversation related to that. So it's a little bit different from the All Hearts, because the All Hearts, Jasmine and I will both be on screen similar to this, and we'll be reading from the chat and everything. But the bonfire will all be on camera or audio as much as Zoom will allow us to. And we'll just get really personal and talk about what's happening in our lives. And I see myself like doing some potential readings from, not readings from books, not like spiritual.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's everything from tier 2. But in tier 3, which is so exciting, you
Yeah.
can say it.
Okay. Oh, and I guess I just wanted to also just clarify that for the first tier, that includes the All Hearts meeting. So that's the meeting at the beginning of the month. So second tier is including that first meeting, and then also includes the end of the month meeting, which is that spiritual bonfire. So,
And then the class channelings.
right, just in case that was confusing at all. But yes, for our third tier, the personal package, which yes, we're really excited about. It's really a mentorship package.
Ear to ear.
Yes, like super excited about it. I really wanted to be able to create a package where you get both of us. You get personal growth and get to invest in your growth with both of us. So you will always get tier 1 and tier 2. So you get the full all access to the community and everything. Plus you also get the one-on-one connection with us. So from me, you'll get a pre-recorded tarot reading from me, focused on, the inquiry that's most on your heart, whatever's on your mind at that time. And you'll also get a 20-minute mentorship session with Alanna, where what she does in her sessions, which I've had the honor of being able to have some space with her in her mentorship through her Akashic Records class, where you really get to learn about what's really geared to you. Like, what are your gifts? What are your, not necessarily purposes, because it's not necessarily like a purpose is a very like an action that you do, but it really just gets to the heart of just your journey. Where are you at in your journey? What needs compassionate presence from you? I honestly really love that about Alanna's work, is just really, she really brings you just right there to be sitting with it, where sometimes we can start talking through it and we just want to like get through it and we're just thinking maybe we should just talk it out and then that's it. But she really will bring you back in, like, wait, but you were feeling this, so let's kind of sit with that. Why are you feeling that? Let's kind of dig deep and really see what is it that your body and what is it that your soul and your spirit is really trying to relay to you. So it's really geared towards self-empowerment and your emotional mastery. So I really am excited for this package because I feel it's very affordable, where you really, for the month, you get access to the community. You get to connect with, a lot of other people, not just us, and, get to see face to face with other people and get to relate and just have a space where you, if you are feeling isolated, or maybe you are just starting your journey or just building your daily practice, like this will really be able to give you that sort of like foundation, or be able to provide that sort of circle around you that can help you build you up in that way.
Yeah, and I love working with people on one-on-one with their intuitive gifts, because like I kind of put you on the spot and say, okay, do this. And I'm connecting with you, I'm holding space with you, and I can feel when like people get it in their head and can help you through that process, so that the messages come through clearer and everything. So it's not just, it's different. It's not just me. I'm not just reading you. Like, I'm helping you open up more.
Yes, I
I
can
have
definitely
lip
speak.
gloss and my hair keeps just sticking to my lip gloss, which is why I keep going like that. It's really annoying me. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I can definitely speak to that. Maybe I am biased because I really do appreciate Alanna as a friend, but I really do find her work to really, like she said, she really kind of holds you accountable very lovingly, without judgment, but really just holds you to see yourself. And it's one of the things that I honestly really appreciate, where I don't want to say it's hard, but there can be a difficulty finding that harmony between being, very honest, but compassionately loving with your truth, or with the truth that is being presented. So I really love that about Alanna's work in general, is that you don't really get fluff, but you get honest in I don't even want to call it tough love, because it doesn't feel tough. It's just honest. It's just like those thoughts that you've already been thinking, those things that you've already been knowing, and she just kind of just nudges them back to the front of your mind in a way where it's like, thank you for reminding me. And it just feels really loving. So in general, I always think that a kind of session like this with anyone is very helpful, but I would definitely would let you know that Alanna is very great for this. And especially if you feel very shy, or if you feel very, I think most of us that maybe have had a session, or even like a therapy session with someone, that sort of a nervousness, or what is that person going to think about me, or what are they going to think about my issues? And those are things that I never really had to think about. So I think anyone will really find comfort in Alanna's space like that.
Thank you. That was so nice and unexpected.
I appreciate it. I'm just really excited about this in general, but I am really excited about that package, because I know for myself, I don't have, a financial crazy abundance like that. So trying to find where you can invest in yourself in a way that also doesn't feel harmful to your wallet, I really appreciate that. So I think that this is, I don't know, I'm really excited about this. And when I think about things that I create, I like to think of things that I would love to enjoy, or things that I would have loved to really be able to partake in. And that's the feeling I get when I think about this, and I think about this community. So
for sure. And I just love how we're just bringing our essences together, and because I'm single, childless, and you're partnered with 2 children, and your day-to-day is so different from mine, but we still come together and vibe so well together. Can bring a lot to the table.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Does anyone have questions? Does anyone want me to channel?
Yeah, any questions or anything you want to ask Alanna?
We have 8 people watching. No pressure, I don't need to. Hi, Eva. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to form a community for so long, and I just love I love the YouTube lives that I do, the Ask Me Anythings. I wanted to just form a space where, because there's so many people going in and out on the YouTube lives, and I think that's amazing. But I wanted something that we can grow together in more of a stable way, I guess, and less public than YouTube, so that people feel free to share. Yeah. Who's here? What do you mean? Oh, spirits. Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, and Kali Ma. Yeah. But I was planning on doing higher self channeling. Brandy's like, let's see if I want a message from these people.
Right.
Thank you, Mary.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad to partner up with Alanna. Honestly, well, she was the one who reached out to me with the idea first. And so I just felt really honored, because I love Alanna's work. So I'm just really glad that this really does flow and mesh so well. I really like that our energies do complement each other so nicely.
Yeah, for sure. And when you read Jasmine's writing that she does, like she's so elegant. And like I look at my writing and my writing is just like cut to the point. And Jasmine's just like, oh, it's so flowery in like the best way. Hi Jamie. And just so beautiful. And I think it's like good that we have that type of balance.
I was gonna say that too. I mean, we've had this conversation before where I said, like, I don't know if it's like the East Coast plus the West Coast, because like there's like a mesh there that I really love. Like, I really love that you fill in those, like, I don't want to say blunt, but just very honest. Like, I love the cracks that you fill in where I can be very romantic and very flowery about things. So I love how we come together like that.
Yes, for sure. Okay, Mary, we'd love to hear about dream energy of late. It's been a little more intense than usual. I'm going to do some breathing first. If not. Mary, how are you eating? The first thing that came up was like the food intake. What are you eating before you go to bed? Are you fasting? It feels like also you're clearing too. So they're saying like don't worry about it too much. It is a clearing. And it intensifies depending on the food that you eat. Brandy, the diet I started to heal myself for my best. Is there anything else I need to quit? Would you mind asking me the question so that I'm not like in my head when I don't know if I understand Brandy's question. Can you read it for me, please? Can you facilitate?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think, or I assume Brandy can definitely confirm for me if she's asking about this diet that she's recently started, if there's anything else she needs to cut out of her diet.
Is there anything that Brandy needs to cut out from her diet?
Yes.
I keep getting seafood. Does it make you sick? Try seeing how you feel when you're not having like fish and seafood. Yeah. Potentially like shellfish.
That what I have to eat on it. Okay, I'm like, I think that was what she was asking. Yeah, she said, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Do let me know if we weren't. Oh, she said, damn, no crab.
See how you feel after a few weeks. Make sure that you get your protein in. Like when you're cutting this out, make sure you're still getting that balance in. Because protein is important.
Sorry, Brandy.
Yeah, they're saying that like if you don't eat enough protein, then you'll feel weaker. So make sure you have a good substitute for the protein. And just be mindful about your iron levels too. Meaning make sure that you get enough iron.
So what? Are you asking what to replace it with, Brandy? Let me know what more you're asking about that. I do see that Mary did respond back to your, I don't remember what your question was to her, but she was saying not as good as usual, but probably.
Did you eat cow? Why are you exclaiming?
Yes.
I know Brandy, so I know she's not yelling, but it's funny. Yes. You don't need to eat it a lot, but I'm getting from like the type of iron. It's a cow. What? I'm so confused.
Let us know what you mean, Brandy.
Each question. I think it's the delay also, and that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot that there is a delay. Do you
stop reading the comments. I'm just getting more confused.
Okay. Do let me know, Mary, if there was more to your question that you needed answered. And Jamie is asking, can my higher self or anyone tell me what I'm meant to learn from the heartbreak that I've recently experienced?
Self-empowerment, not to belittle anyone, not to belittle yourself or anyone. Conflict doesn't mean to make yourself smaller.
Mary responded, so I believe she's asking for confirmation. So I may need to improve on my dinner, but breakfast and lunch, good.
Yeah, it's what you're eating before bed. Like it's the digestion that happens while you're sleeping. And so that's impacting your dream state. So it'd be good for you to either not eat so immediately before going to bed, and then keeping in mind the type of food that you're eating. Like maybe do more plant-based, even more than you are. Something lighter.
Looks like Lil MF is asking.
That's also, her name is Mary as well.
Oh, her name is Mary too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like, I'm not sure. Mary as well. Any messages from my higher self? What ritual would be good to start my mornings, to start my day?
Okay, before even connecting with your higher self, I got prayer. And prayer, it's like prayer of gratitude. Mornings would be good for your quiet time and just connecting with your guides directly and like saying out loud what you're grateful for and starting your day that way. Ooh, Binta, hello. Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh yeah, Mary wanted to add that just thank you makes sense, and I've been feeling a lot of movement in my abdomen. Oh, go by MC, by the way. My apologies, MC.
Oh, thank you, Binta. That was very nice of you. Thank you for saying that. I'm grateful for you. Binta is like the type of person, she's, at least like from what I've observed, she seems very quiet in this space. And when she does say something, it's like, boom. It's like so powerful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I think that's everything, right?
Yep. Unless anyone has any other questions, I believe that is everything.
Do we want to say anything else?
Hmm.
I'll repost the link in the chat. And yeah, we have a online community now. It's so exciting.
I'm super excited. So, yep, you can definitely find us over there. Ooh. And yeah, I mean, I just have a feeling in my heart that it's just the start of something, and I'm just excited, just excited to see what comes of it. And I don't know, I just keep getting the image of just like seeds are just being planted and seeds are being nurtured, and I'm just excited to see what grows. So
yeah, and so many ideas already of what we have planned for the months ahead, like including tarot, like teaching about that, and about Akashic records, and connecting with your ancestors, and all of that stuff.
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming, so I'm super excited. And my favorite part is just as the more that we learn and the more that we come into ourselves, and the more that we find ourselves in our experience, the more that we have to share, and the more that we can share with others and connect with others. And yeah, there's just so much. I'm so excited. Oh, Mary did you mention how much the tiers were? I will check the link. Oh, yes. So the first tier, the introductory tier is $11.11 a month. The all access is $33.33 a month. And the personal package is $111.11. So $111.11. But you can also see all of that information on the link. And yeah, feel free to reach out to Alanna. You guys, this is her page, so I'm sure you guys have know how to reach her. But through the Patreon link, you should also be able to see where you can find us on the internet. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Or I'm not sure if they can send messages through Patreon or how that.
I think they can. I know there's an option to. I
Yeah.
don't know if you can if you're not a patron, but I'm on Instagram under AlannaHeavenly, Facebook, same name, and you can also comment here and I'll respond.
Yeah, reach out to us, however.
I'm so excited. I have to say again, so excited about the personal package, the tier 3, where you can spend time with us every month. Just like, it's accountability as well, just making sure that it's always good to have that like connection, just a check-in to see how you're doing with your personal goals and everything. And we'll have that in the group lives as well, but it's good to have some one-on-one time too, so that we can really get personal, more personal than normal.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, as you just mentioned, that was also about the accountability, but also it also helps you see where you've come. Sometimes you don't even realize how much you've kind of broken through some of the things that you've been working on, that you don't realize until someone mentions something, or like an experience happens and you don't have that same trigger anymore, and someone's there to point out that happened. So I know for myself it can be very helpful so if you feel inclined to have a one-on-one, then yeah, I can definitely say it would be really great. And yeah, I love one-on-ones personally for myself, so I'm excited to have one-on-ones with other people.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with people this way. Woo! So, for those of you who are joining our community, our first event is August 5th, and it's an all hearts gathering so that we can all introduce ourselves and also talk about the theme of the month, which is abundance and receptivity. So, and Jasmine has a lot to say about that. So we can talk about all that she's experienced. Let me tell you guys, when we find out what we're meant to share for the community, themes will come up even stronger and stronger for us in our daily lives. So that we can not only share, but teach you guys how to do it better than we did.
Yes, I was gonna say that would probably just be the theme of whatever I have to talk about. I was let me tell you what not to do. But no, yes, I'm excited to share and just talk more about abundance because yes, even the whole framework of the way I viewed it and just there's just so much. Even in the past year or so, there's just been
Yeah.
so much. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And just a reminder, we're going to have 2 channelings in August, a bonus channeling. The first one will be Aretha Franklin, and she titled it, Don't Take No One's Shit, Not Even Your Own. And Amy Winehouse will be How to Transmute Pain into Power. So, thank you. This is great.
Yes, thank you
Love
for showing
everyone,
up with the announcement, everyone.
and we'll talk soon.
Yes, hopefully we'll see some of you guys in the Patreon.
Yes. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.